And yeah, it's just like everything, man. And like I love these topics because they're important, man.
They're really important because you have to talk about these things because these things matter, and how controversial may be, good or bad, or kind of too much, too far, too little, whatever. Just it has to be talked about. You know?
It does, and the people
it needs
this cancel culture, dude. Even these conversations could be taken the very wrong way, but it's like not thinking the basic line. It's going deeper within it. You know, because people are like, oh, wait, you talk about religion, you talk about Adolf Hitler, you talk about all this shit. It's like, no, we're talking about something deeper than that, dude. We're talking about energy and what this world has been, from my perspective, learning from a lot of other people. Just seeing what the war is ego. And ego has a grip on this world. My ego is not the most horrible thing, but it's very dangerous though. It's like overprotective.
It can be. Now, ego. I would say this. Like I agree with you. The part about it though that I also like to touch on and add to it is, ego is a necessity. Also, it's an essential for our survival needs because it's like our survival instincts. Like just our, I don't know if you practice this or like know about this. Ever heard of a thing called spiral dynamics?
I have not.
So it's like this thing, like pretty much like stages of development. Like you got like stage beige, you got stage purple, red, orange. Stage orange, green, yellow, like what is it? Yellow, turquoise. Like just different stages of development. Like talking about like different things. Like beige is like survival, pretty much needs, and purple's like tribalistic, kind of like it's kind of like you're in a tribe, or like Native Americans are kind of like Pacific Islanders. Like you're very much like tribes. Ooga, 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 and then you got stage red, kind of like Bloods and Cribs, Trump, like the fascists, the people that are like, the dictators like Hitler. That's an example right there. Stage red, stage orange, the capitalists, the venture capitalists, like, Andrew Tate, fucking, I don't know.
Hey, if you work at fast food, you're a fucking loser, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, I have two kids. I have a wife, and I had them when I was 18, man. I just don't know how they kids. You're a fucking loser, bro. What was it, fucking simp energy or some shit like that. Dude, you have beta energy, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, when you see it, and that's what most of the internet like was for a while for me. Like, well, going on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff, and it's like it's crazy. And yeah, it's stage orange, like capitalism, like getting like all these videos of all these like capitalists, like him, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all these billionaires, millionaires, whatever these and then you got stage green, like kind of like the environmentalists, like the hippies, like pretty much like new age world, kind of like where like peace and love, 420, like psychedelic community. Then you have the systems thinkers, like good example that like Obama, Obama's a really like a good example of that. And just people like Shakespeare, or kind of like people that are like like truth seekers. Then you got like stage turquoise, which are like gods, like Jesus, Buddha, Allah, Krishna, just gods, like pretty much higher beings that are like beyond.
Spiral
dynamics, that's what it's called. If you look it up, it's like pretty much stages of development, of ego development, like human, different categories of like stages and groups. That's what it is. Spiral dynamics. It's interesting stuff. I would look into it.
Yeah, and and this is a topic that I don't usually talk about because it can be very controversial.
Yeah.
And it leads to politics, but I will say for example, like a lot like
we can kind of get into
Black Lives Matter. And
that can be a touchy subject. We can kind of like get into it, but like not like to the much point where like
then we'll just cut this out and then because I was kind of iffy about it, but
we can talk kind of loosely about it. We kind of have to be really careful how we go about it. But yeah, Black Lives Matter. Let's be careful. Like how I say
let's just skip it.
We'll skip this part. We're gonna edit this out.
They're not even gonna see this part. But it's like with my journey, kind of getting back to my childhood, man. It was I just felt judged. Like people were like, and there's like Autism Speaks. They're like, oh, fucking, and they made these videos about like I am autism, this dark menacing voice, saying basically we're fucking like we're basically cancers in our families' lives, and a hindrance, and it's we have a virus and like a disease.
Yeah.
And that's basically what they said. That's basically what I got from autism. What they said, it's like, wow, it's pretty fucked up, bro. Like, I'm part of it. Like, autism is part of me, man.
You know what's crazy? I never really been like diagnosed as autistic or anything, but like I've definitely like I've been told like I've ADD, OCD, kind of like bipolar or whatever.
Yeah.
I was in a psych ward like literally not that long ago, like a year ago. I was going through a lot like this time around last year. Like I was doing a lot of drugs, drinking a lot, just unstable mind. It's just a lot that I was like going through and handling in my own life, and it taught me a lot. I was in the psych ward, and I learned that I'm not the only crazy person like out there.
We're all fucking nuts, bro. We're all fucking nuts.
Like it was crazy what happened to me in there. I had like someone like try to like someone grabbed me by the hair, ripped out a piece of my hair, and ate it like fucking SpaghettiOs or macaroni and cheese. Like,
Shit.
yeah, no, and then fucking
there was his dinner.
Yeah, he was like munching on my hair, like literally ripped a piece of my hair out and ate it. I know it, and then there was like another person that was kind of like, they had a cup of water and they thought that I was like Bruce Lee because cup in the water, and they were like FBI. They fucking like threw a fucking cup of water in my direction. I was on the phone talking to like someone. I was trying to call like a family member or like just a friend, and then they were like throwing a cup of water in my direction. Luckily the water didn't hit me, but yeah, crazy person thought, and they were like FBI, and then he was looking at me and he thought that was Bruce Lee, and he started like say Bruce Lee, and I'm like, what? I know, crazy stuff. In the psych ward, they're like, I know, random. This just went wow. I mean,
dude, that's a hell of an experience. I didn't know you were in the psych ward, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, because I was going through a lot, and then I got out, and then it's just, I knew then and there, like, yeah, I'm not that fucking crazy. I mean, I am, but I'm not like psychotic or really like too far gone.
I feel like we're all kind of crazy in some ways, dude. Like our traumas, dude. Like, they're like, oh man, that dude's talking to himself. He must be a little fucking he must be a little crazy, dude.
Yeah, no,
it's like, dude, we always talk to ourselves, dude, in our mind. Like, we just you're saying out loud, man. Like, in our minds, we talk to ourselves, man. It's like we're saying out loud, but that's our ego, I believe. Or, like, I read this book, Untethered Soul, and Michael Singer's like, this is your roommate, bro. Like, how many times have you talked to his voice? It's from relationships. You've gotten bad situations with people you love. Like, a lot of relationships, a lot of people get jealous because they're in their heads like, oh, he's talking to somebody. That's why he didn't come home. That's why he hasn't talked to me that's why he hasn't called me in the past half hour.
Yeah.
It's our egos, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, because our egos try to protect us. That's what it's trying to do, but it's an unhealthy way. It's very toxic. And that's why, like, the ego isn't, like, you can love the ego, but to a distance. Love it at a distance.
Yeah.
Because it can consume your life. And the majority of people it has.
Yeah.
Because I was unaware of my ego for a long time. And I'm still working for it. Your ego, the moment you think you got it, it's fucking happening.
It's your survival mechanism.
Yeah, exactly.
It's used for survival, your survival basic needs, and that's why, like with this biodynamics and with with everything, like with having mental breakdowns, like snapping, psych wards, like me being in there, and then it's like you learn a lot from that, and it's like luckily I'm out of there, and it's like it's really taught me a lot and stuff, and yeah, just you learn a lot from it.
It does, man.
Oh shit! I think.
It's about done, but.
Oh yeah, like how many minutes do we have? Like,
we got like probably like 5 minutes.
Let's wrap this up real quickly.
Yeah, and both for us, it's funny. I was talking to you. If you're comfortable talking about like our 2020 year.
2020. Well, I would say this to sum it up. 2020 was a breakout year for me, or more so like breakthrough. But I feel like 2023 has been more like my breakthrough kind of year. 2020 was like my breakout year. Like it was a year where I left home. I was just not at all like happy with my life. I was doing nothing with my life. I was just dying, like rotting in my room, just kind of like just sitting down, laying around, being whatever, just not living, just being in my room all day, like not really doing much of anything. And then I would go outside whenever I go outside just to get out of myself, because it's like being inside for so long, you just get enough of it, like you're tired of it. And then it's like at some point I realized this, and I was like, fuck it, I gotta do something. And then I made plans to just whatever, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna go into the world, go somewhere else, and just try to make it on my own. And it's been 3 years, and I learned a lot. But yeah, to sum it up, I've learned a lot from that, and a lot from this and that, and my life story, it's crazy. I mean, at 20 I left home. I didn't really know anyone. When I got up to here to St. Pete, because I'm from Miami, I met all the people that I met, drum circle, blueberry patch, spiritual kind of, hippie, one love. We're all,
Yeah.
like kind of like peace and love. And I met that, like, and I found that within this, and my family, my friends, met a lot of good people, yourself included. Just found that, and just found like in a community to fall back on and be with, and I just and I've had a support system. I have a support system now here, and it's like wherever I go, it's like I can take that with me and learn and really appreciate it and then grow and
It's always
know
with
from
you,
it.
man.
Yeah.
You got family here.
Yeah.
And it's not family. It's not just blood. It's relationships. You have people like my best friend T. He actually, it's about 4 years since he passed. It'll be New Year's Eve. But he's my family. He's my brother. You know what I mean? He wasn't. We were in blood related, but he's my brother. He's more family than some family members that are related to me. It's a relationship you have that person that makes a family. It's like when I say family, I mean that. It's not just because you're related to me. I have a different meaning with it. And that year, 2020, was also my it's do or die, basically.
Do or die too. Like it was like either go out there and get it done. If not, like
I'm dead. You know what I mean? Like
go big or go home, or just not even go home. Just
no, you fucking
just
it's over.
It's over. It's it.
Yeah, and that's how I felt. Like I was, it's funny. Like I almost feel like I was listening to myself almost, but hearing your story, because I was playing my video games. Like I even had a friend come over. We had poker nights.
I didn't have friends.
And it was one of my dad's friends, and
yeah.
she was like, "Gage, I didn't even know you were here," because I was in my room playing video games. I was smoking weed. I was just like fucking miserable, man. And and like throughout days, like I was thinking about killing myself different ways, like every day in different ways. And I felt numb inside, and I just felt so much pain. I was feeling numb. And I was like, I can't live this way anymore. It's like, and the song I was listening to, it was my favorite because I felt it. Tracy Chapman, it was Fast Car. She's like, here we can stay here and die this way, or we can leave and go. And that's what I felt too.
Yeah.
And I felt like that I was going to die this way because I felt my life has been through, it felt chaotic my whole life. I've been judged because of my autism. People looked down on me, judged me, hated me. And my family life wasn't great. It wasn't very good. And then that's why, like, I didn't feel safe really anywhere. That's why I had this ego. I had to protect myself almost. That's why people call me hard-headed. That's the reason why, you know what I mean? Because I didn't feel safe anywhere.
Yeah.
Truly, my home life was crazy. My school life, I felt judged. I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere.
Yeah.
And I felt that, when that really touched me when you said I felt like not existing.
Yeah,
like
and
I
exists.
felt like a speck.
And it's part of me still, like, I mean, at times, like, I mean, it's crazy to think that I exist now, but I even exist then. I thought of myself as so little. Like, I was like, I'm just here to exist. I'm not really here but beyond a reason to just really contribute to anything. But I'm a person.
And then
I'm
you almost question, like, why am I here?
Exactly, especially when you're like stagnant or just like complacent or just procrastinating. And that was a big thing with me. And I still even at times struggle with that procrastinating. I find myself just either doing something or nothing, and even when you're doing nothing, you're doing something, like when you're meditating or when you're just like around or just kind of like mindlessly scrolling to your phone or just like playing a game or kind of distracting yourself, which you need sometimes, but then there's times just like you gotta have to get out of yourself. You have to push yourself to doing something new, because then just like you're stuck in that vicious cycle of just doing the same thing, and then you're just like doing the same thing over and over again. Like Einstein said, you do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. Insanity,
It's insanity, dude.
Please.
And when I made that decision, and my brother talked to me, and that really helped me. Because I was like, he's the only person I could talk to, because everyone else, I was in the mind state. He's the only person I would truly trust with everything I was feeling and everything like that. And I was literally like, I was about to do it, man, but I followed the people that I cared about, and I decided to give life one more chance. I'm not sure if you ever watched this show, 13 Reasons Why. It was this girl got raped and committed suicide, and she tried to talk to people, but she didn't give life a chance. I mean, she in her own way, she thought she did, but she didn't. People didn't know. And it affected their lives.
I would like to see it. Like, send me a link and then like just introduce me to the show. Like, I would like to.
Oh yeah.
Like to see it, and see like what it's about and stuff. And it's some dark shit, some real shit.
Yeah.
It goes
she made tapes of reasons why, and this guy like that was really close friends with her. He loved her, and he didn't know what was going on with her. And that was the last time he saw her, and it affected his life. To like, like he was hurting himself and trying, and just like he just felt all this pain inside himself because he felt like he could have saved her. And it affects everyone around you. And then you really realize the significance you had on people's lives. Myself to me, I'm like, I'm going to truly live my life, not what everyone else has said to me. Not the expectations put people on me. I'm going to truly live my life how I want to. And here I am, 3 years later, almost 4 years later, and I'm at peace and contentment, which I never thought I would be at. I always thought I was going to be in the chaos, and I didn't know what was going to be ahead of me. I didn't say I was going to be alive at this point in my life. And to see, almost seeing 24, I didn't think that was possible. So I'm just grateful and thank you, T. I love you, man. And it's I miss the hell out of you every day, man. There's not a day that goes by I don't think about you, but I'm grateful for you, man. And I'm gonna live my life how you like how you want me to, man. I'm gonna live my life, and I'm gonna take everything you taught me, and the belief you had in me. It keeps me strong.
Yeah. T, I may have not know you. I can't imagine, but you did a lot. I can what you heard. You did a lot for Gage, and I appreciate that. You know, I mean, and you're a good person. I mean, you may be gone, but know that you may not know you, but I love you, man, and I hope you're watching us from the skies, from the heavens, whatever you may be. Just thank you for what you did for him, man, because you've helped him out a lot, and he wouldn't be here where today, if it wasn't, I guess, for you,
Exactly.
he did a lot for you.
Hunter and T,
Yeah.
like
So thank you. He loves you, man. We love you, T. We miss you, man. Rest in
love you,
peace.
brother.
Yeah, rest in peace. I can
And
imagine losing a best friend, man. It's tough. I mean, I've lost my best friend, but we grew apart. We were like in high school together, but we drifted away. We kind of just went our own distance, and I lost him.
yeah,
A car accident. He was trying to save all the other people in the car, but he did. And when he tried to save someone else, he did, and then he ended up drowning in a lake. The car went into the lake, started to sink. You know, started to drown. He was a hero, though. He saved everyone else's life, but out of that, he just he it costed his own life. He was a hero. He went out a hero. He chose to be a hero. I mean, I've lost some friends too, and I've lost my grandfather. My grandfather had like cancer. He had like something in his brain tumor. Like he had a just something in his brain.
yeah.
It killed him. He lived up to a long age. He lived up to 82 years old. Long time. I
He
got
was pretty good, man.
I got to see him, and I went to Cuba, and I was like 16, 17. Both of my parents are from Cuba. I got a unique family. I'm like Spanish, Italian, Cuban. And I got a bunch of things. I got indigenous. I got a bunch of stuff, man. I got a
And
ethnic,
do you know any
religious.
like
Yeah.
do you guys have like any? Do you have any like family recipes or culture or like
Oh yeah,
traditions that you do?
we have traditions like we are rice with beans or tamales or just our style of cooking like rice and beans, fish, chicken, meat, beef, like just different pigs. We used to cook up a lot of pork and stuff. My uncle would always just like slaughter pigs in front of. Like I remember like seeing him slaughter a pig right in front of me, and he was trying to like get me to like cut a pig up, and I'm like, no, I can't do that. I can't torture or kill an animal. Like cut its neck and then stab its heart. Like just to be able to eat a pig. And, like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can eat it, but like if you feel bad, then you're like, fuck. It's like,
Oh yeah, dude.
but I've changed my diet throughout like the years. It's like now I'm more like I went through pescatarian stage and then vegetarian, then I'm kind of like more vegan now. I like bounce around and
What's
back
that?
and
What's
forth.
vegan exactly?
It's like you cut out all animals from your diet. You're not animal based or just
Oh,
you just plant based. Or just eat fruits and vegetables. You don't really eat any meat or anything like that. You just eat strictly that. And vegetarian is kind of like you don't eat meat, but you still eat like dairy, like cheese, like certain things, like that.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
like in my perspective, plants are alive, bro. Like, and I'm not saying anything against your diet. Like, I think that's good if that works for you. That's great.
Yeah. It
But
balances
my
around. Yeah.
perspective is like people say, like I respect everyone's diets. You know, what I mean, like as long as they're happy, that's what matters. I just like when people are like judging other people because they're like, oh, you're eating animals and that shit. You're fucking disgusting pig. I'm like, no, bro.
No, of course you don't want
Like,
to be judgmental about that. You want to like come from understand, like also know, like, oh yeah, of course everyone has their own way of like
but
doing it.
people grew up like that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You're just
exactly.
used to it.
I mean, every vegan wasn't a vegan at one point.
Yeah,
At some
exactly.
point you were eating an animal. And well, but it's like more so like what we do to animals. It's disgusting, like the way we slaughter them, kill them, kind of
Well,
like
even with
you know,
chickens, dude, I think we like fucking
yeah,
cloned them. I believe I read something about that. Like,
yeah. That the meat's not really even meat, like real meat. It's just like clone meat, like kind of artificial, like really,
mm,
like
yeah, and what they do to chickens, put them in little cages, and
yeah,
it's really fucked up, man. Like death is a part of life, hunting is a part of life, but how they do is just really fucked up.
exactly.
Like hunting's fine, man. You know, that's what we've done for hundreds of years, if not thousands. But it's like there's a way to do things. I don't agree with treatment of them exactly. Like
No,
I
right.
understand you gotta do what you gotta do, but like you don't have to fucking torture them. Yeah, I mean, it's like
Yeah, it's
cool.
like there's a way of doing it, but I mean, each to each his own. I mean, I believe for me personally, I mean, should we really hurt and kill animals just to really? I don't know. It's like we're probably gonna agree to disagree here. Just like
And that's fine, man. You
it's
know,
like
it's okay to disagree.
like I don't agree with what people do to animals. Like, should we eat animals? Like, I mean, whatever
I
someone wants to do with their body, it's up to me. I don't want to eat an animal. Like, I just want to, like, I would love to just be more, you know. And I still struggle. Like, I will still eat like an animal if I have to. If I'm like starving, if I don't have like money, if I'm like, if I can't really be picky what I eat or choose. Like, I mean, but it's
yeah,
like then it's like I feel bad because it's like I'm eating something that's like dead and not really full of life, and it's like.
and I will say
And
this, like
imagine like
plants.
someone eating you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, I mean, that's like a different thing to think. But it's like not coming at it from a place of
Yeah,
judgment. Just
yeah,
like I
yeah.
mean, imagine you're like being cooked for breakfast and lunch and dinner. Like you're just like in a fucking barbecue grill. Like someone's cooking you up with some barbecue, and then you're just like fucking like cooked and stuff. Like imagine just being devoured by something else or someone else. I mean, when you're dead, but it's
That's an
different.
interesting perspective.
Just
Yeah, it's and to me, but it's like with plants are alive, man. Like plants are alive. Like regardless what you're gonna do, you're gonna eat something alive. Like plants are very much alive. They have as much energy as anybody out there, and that's kind of my perspective of it. It's like just a cycle of life. You know, I'm not going out of my way to kill anything, but it's like I'm not. I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna eat it because the only thing for me, the one thing I don't like is like how it gets mistreated. Like the animals that are in cages, like at least let them live their lives before they're gonna die, man. Like let them be free and
of
happy.
course, right.
Yeah, like
It's a gray area because it's like a lot of people like there's vegans and there's like people that are just like you got the animal base people that just eat animals and then you got people that just kind of in the middle. They have a balanced diet. Like they're herbivores, omnivores, and then carnivores.
I'm kind of in the middle. Like I don't really eat plants a whole lot. I went kind of on the vegetarian type of side for the majority of the time, but I do eat like burgers or something like that every so often because I
It's out there and really just it's a way for us to just express ourselves and really put ourselves out there and just get it out of our chest. Like really talk about these things which need to be talked about for ourselves and then everyone else, and then really having discussions about things and what we agree, what we don't agree, or right in the middle, like finding that middle ground, that middle ground of things, and then knowing just about and stuff. And as there's an airplane, this is some real shit, some real talk
right
shit.
now we're in Florida, dude.
We're in Florida.
And it's
Yeah.
fucking phenomenal.
It's phenomenal, man. We born and raised. Well, I'm born and raised here. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm from
Pennsylvania
like
and
in the Gettysburg area.
Pennsylvania boy, Florida man, Florida.
Yeah,
Pennsylvania man.
you're a Florida man, and I'm a
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. Well, back then I was a Pennsylvania boy.
Back then I was a Miami boy. Now I'm a St. Pete kind of Florida boy, man.
Yeah.
And I'm going back home next week and see my family, so I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be a lot of emotions, a roller coaster ride of emotions, epic, disastrous proportions. Just a lot of things just are gonna, like they're all gonna come together. We're gonna be just embracing each other, and it's a long time since I've seen part of my family, and it's been a long time since I've seen me too. So it's a lot to look forward to, man.
I'm grateful like you're going on that journey, dude. I think it's gonna like yeah. Sometimes you gotta get out of your environment, and it could be an
And go
uncomfortable
back home,
feeling.
home. Everywhere's home. Like, and that's the thing about home. You are home no matter where you go.
Mm.
But right now, as it stands, as I will tell you and them and everyone, watching the video and myself, I'm home. I am home already. I've been home. And I'm gonna go back to where it all started, and I'm gonna give it another shot and another chance, and I'm gonna get more touch, more close with my family, and I'm gonna just be a better son, be a better person.
Yeah, man. You're on that journey, dude.
Yeah, dude.
You're doing the best you possibly know right now, man.
Yeah, I mean, we are. We're all growing and learning from each other, and then we're just in a moment where we're totally getting really not just physical, but really just spiritual. Like, we're getting deep with this, like with our talks, like going meta, like beyond, a linear kind of distinguished. Like, we're being more aware of things. Like, we're situationally aware of our environments and our and just where we're at in our life. The location of just where we're at. Realizing we are we are just one person, one in perspective, like from the camera we're talking to right now, from where we're at, like just seeing ourselves, whatever. It's something.
But I'm grateful
Yeah.
for all the pain I went through. It made me who I
Me
am
as well,
today.
man. All the pain for myself too, like everything that I had to go through as an individual to get to the point where I'm at in my life right now today. For us,
Oh shit! This is not what I hate. That this is a good talk about. Fuck. I was talking about 13 reasons why. I just realized that I was like, fuck. Well, we can cut that out.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Sorry to stop you midway
All
point,
right.
but
Lights, cameras, action.
so 13 reasons why it was. I'll send you a link to that as well. But 13 reasons why. That's what popped in my mind. Like this girl, she didn't give herself a chance, not a real chance. Like she hinted at it, but she couldn't say what happened. And then she took that chance away from herself. You know what I mean? Like, and the impact it had on so many people in her life. I just thought about that when I was going to end my life, and I felt that. And for a long time, I just felt like a small speck, and I was like, I just felt like, my God, why would you create me? Why would you make me self-aware, and like make me why like if I was dumb, I wouldn't be aware of this, and I maybe would be happy or something. And that's what my mindset was. And and honestly, I didn't say I was gonna live. Like at 20 years old, I was already so depressed, man. I was listening to Blue October, Green Day, all these songs that are like fucking depressing, and I just like because I felt
They're
that.
good music, good songs.
No, they're good songs,
but it can be
like
depressing. It can be mellow. It can
like
be kind of like
I was feeling the lyrics
yeah.
because I felt all the lyrics, and I hated myself, man. I didn't like myself at all. And I had a knife to my throat. And I was like, I was closed my eyes. I had to make a decision, and I knew this would change my life forever. You know, and I thought about my family, people that really were close to me. And if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be dead. I'd be in a gravestone. And I didn't think I was gonna live. If Hunter wasn't there, I'd be dead. I would. I'd just
Your brother
be.
Hunter's a
I'd
good
be
man.
happy as people be visiting right
Yeah,
now.
I'm gonna say this about your brother, man. Your brother Hunter, he's a wonderful, amazing, beautiful person. Like he's helped me in a lot of ways. Like he's a healer. Like he's an alchemist. Like he's with his hand, with his like touch. All I would have to do is just like be there, like just like hug me, just talk to me in his way of like just his way of expressing things, just like his mannerisms and his way of just getting just to me in my heart. It's really emotional, really a lot, man. Heart to heart, soul to soul, like personal stuff. Like
Yeah.
you have a really good brother, man. Your brother loves you. He for sure loves you.
He's
He
my
cares
best
about you.
friend,
He's your
man.
best friend, and he's my best friend too. He's helped me out a lot. And if Hunter, if you're watching this right now, thank you, man. You've helped me in a lot of ways. You influenced me, and you've helped me. You've saved me, man. You've saved me, and I really hope you know that I really appreciate you for everything, and you've saved my life. I really appreciate you, man. Like I can't put it much more into words, but thank you for everything, and I appreciate you. I love you, dude. Love you.
Love you, brother.
Yeah.
And it's not just like he's my brother. He's my best friend, man. My closest friend.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
in my darkest times, he was always there for me, talking to me, and everything like that. Him and T passed away, and I was just lost, man. Like, and I was literally like, when T died, I found that like, um, he died 6 months before I even knew it. My brother and my father came further, like, Gage, T's dead, and I was couldn't accept it. I was like, you're fucking lying, bro. You're joking. He's not dead. There's no way, because in my mind, I had this vision that our kids, he would always be there for me, and he would meet my kids and be an uncle, and it's just like we would have our lives together, man. You know, like as brothers, and I felt he's one of the few people that believed me. We met when I was 16 years old, and at that point, I was like, it was one of the worst times of my life. You know, like I had a stepmom and stepsister, but they were my stepmom was like a second mom to me, and like
How old
Trinity,
was he?
who he was probably 5 or 6 years older than me, so he probably was like 23, 24.
Oh damn, dude, that's young.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh,
That's like our age, really.
yeah.
And you were younger, right?
Yeah. I was. Well, he died a couple years later, like when I was 20. So he probably was like 27. He's like around 100 years
Damn.
old.
That's still young, man. We're like not even that far. We're like
Yeah.
4 or 5 years apart from that, man.
And I thought about that. I was like, man, I'm T's age when he met me when I was 16. So they realized the role models that we saw when we were that age.
Yeah.
You know, people look up to us in different ways. You know, and I look at what T done for me, and I'm like, I want to do that for someone else. You know, but I'm like, I feel at peace with myself. It's still a work in progress. It's never ending. And but getting back to it, like T, when he passed away, man, I was very sad and angry. You know what I mean? Like, because I just lost my brother. You know, it took a long time to forgive myself, because I stopped talking to him, because I was trying to protect my dad, because he was on opiates again, and I had a regret for a long time, for years. You know, it's like, man, my last words were "Happy late Merry Christmas," and it haunted me for years. Um, and I felt like I could save him, but I couldn't, man. At that point, I was very suicidal when he died. You know, I was barely hanging on as it is, so there's no way I could have saved him if I tried. Um, but his that loss gave me strength. Like, and I know I asked myself, what would T want me to do? He want me to live my life. You know, I mean, he would, what he's given me the gift of believing in me and being there for me, loving me. I was like, I can't waste that. You know, if T might be gone, but I can live his life for him, and it gave me strength. Like, I started working out again, meditating. T's death really felt that, because I'm sure that's what I feel like if I passed away, I would end my life. And that's why I went for programs from Tony Robbins and all these things, started transforming my life. Because then I looked at myself in the mirror, I'm like, I'm going to truly live my life, not what everyone else has said to me. Not the expectations put people on me. I'm going to truly live my life how I want to. And here I am, 3 years later, almost 4 years later, and I'm at peace and contentment, which I never thought I would be at. You know, I always thought I was going to be in chaos, and I didn't know what was going to be headed.
Different accounts. I have my personal. I got Duez, Duez, Abez, and then I have another one called Duez Abez, Divine Unity Element Zen. He'll link the channels.
Yep.
If you want to follow me, like I do a similar thing that he does, like having like these kind of talks, really self-talk, kind of help. Like I just help people have introspective conversations and just put myself out there, people, and then realizing that we're all being here for one another, and we're learning from each other, and then we're gonna be in our life and doing the same thing. He's helping people out. We're helping each other out right now, so it's a way to help.
And you're going to be helping people too. You know,
we're doing.
And
we're the team. We're the team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend check him out, man. Follow his journey, because we're all going through it. You know, we're not, and I'm not calling myself a master. I'm going through life like everyone else is.
Right.
But hopefully I can give you guys some perspective, some lessons that might. Oh, you know what? I didn't think about it like that. So hopefully you guys get that from this podcast. And I really appreciate you guys just watching. Because you guys are taking time out of your day to watch this, join us.
Thank you for watching us and for listening to us talking about just stuff in life and just hearing us.
And that's a long podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna.
But for those that made it to the end,
yeah,
I love you guys. I love all you guys regardless. But I'm really grateful for you guys sticking around. It's a long fight. It's been like a 2-hour podcast, like an hour and a half.
Yeah, an hour and a half. Yeah,
because we just keep it's a fight.
Yeah, I know.
We just keep rolling.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Right? I mean,
but yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to Real Talk. Abraham, thanks for coming on, dude.
Well, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate you, man.
Of course.
I love this man. Follow this man. I'm also gonna have my side of I guess I'm gonna upload this too. Like I'm gonna share his audience, my audience. We're gonna grow together.
We're gonna come together.
We're gonna come together. And we're really gonna